So, I was ready to go, and then all that happened. But hi, everyone. Welcome to Soulful She. My name is Daphny Emily.
And I am Eerees, Eerees.
And we are the two bodacious beauties from Brockton, unraveling our truth on identity, mental health, fashion, and I'm missing one.
Empowerment.
And empowerment. Wow. The one I be about all the time. And ultimately coming in with you guys with conversations from the soul. So today we're here to have a great time, and we're just going to start it off as always with keeping it real quick.
Yes.
So Eerees, keep it real with me. How you doing?
Keeping it real quick. So I will say, keeping it real quick. Since quarantine, I've gained 20 pounds. 20 pounds. I've counted because we have a measuring shenanigan.
A scale?
Thank you. That. And I noticed that I was 20 pounds over the average that I usually have. And I finally fixed my bike, which I'm super excited about. Like, these calf muscles.
About to be.
Listen, they're already beautiful. But they're going to be even more toned because I'm going to get back to cycling. Because the calf muscles are what they are because of cycling that I did before and swimming. So the fact that I fixed my bike, I just took it for a stroll, but I will say, like, a friend of mine was like, all right, let's go bike riding, and I went to go take my bike on a stroll today, and let's just say I'm not going to be able to go bike riding with that person, because the way that I just went from, like, literally the street
You were out of breath when you came back. Like,
you feel me? I literally went from, like, the street light, well, not the street light, to the park where the skating section is, and then back. I was out of breath.
Okay, because I was sitting here taking selfies and stuff, and all I could hear was you, like, huffing and puffing when you walked in. I'm like, but you, like, just left.
Exactly.
And I'm like, and you know, I can't talk because I don't be cycling. I'd probably be out of breath too. But when you came back, I was like, oh.
But it's like I haven't been cycling in like years now. Yeah. So the fact that like I took that one stroll, it got me out of breath. So I'm gonna have to like work my way back to the stamina that I used to have to be able to be able to like bike ride with anybody. But the fact that my bike is fixed, the fact that I have a helmet, like these 20 pounds is leaving. Exactly.
I mean, anything else? Real quick.
I think that's it. Just excited about my bike.
Yay! I since you mentioned quarantine weight, I have gained. I'm averaging like 8-ish pounds that I've gained.
Okay.
A lot of loss of muscle because like February I started really working out and doing a lot of weights. And I was like gaining weight because of more of the muscle gain. And I know that's all gone. You know, it's okay though. The thickness still here. The leg's still strong, whatever. You know, but I was a lot bigger before. I lost all this weight. At the point that I'm at right now, I've gained like 20 pounds in total from where I was at the lowest in the last few years.
Okay.
So I want to drop that, but the last few weeks I haven't even been sweating it. I'm just trying to live life and enjoy myself and be happy. So keeping it real, I've been happy.
Hey.
I've been in a very, very positive mindset. I got my crystals in my purse. You know what I mean? I got my like...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You brought them?
Yeah. Every once in a while I'm like, let me... throw them in my bag and just have them around me so I can get the energy.
Yeah.
And the ones I have are for positivity. But, you know, I'm not going to test it all to the crystals. I'm going to test it to I'm just in a good mental state. Work still be stressing me probably more than ever, but I'm happy and I'm positive and I'm just want to keep going through this. And also my season's coming soon, and I feel like when it's like builds up and it gets closer and closer, Virgo season is almost here, and the closer we get to Virgo season, I'm a whole new person. It's like the savagery times 10, the sarcasm, everything Virgo-esque is times 10 because our season is coming and it's the best season. So, yeah.
It's not the best season, but we good.
You saw how you choked on that because you was lying. Cause you knew
that was a good.
Yeah,
like,
you tried it.
I see what you're saying.
You tried it, but you see you choking on trying to come at us, but you. Sure, you can even say the whole word. Virgos are
Sagittarius, if you want me to say it out loud.
That sounds like, aren't you out of breath?
Not at all.
Because it's a long ass word. It's not even for a long time anyways, but okay.
We'll let Virgos shine.
You know what? You don't have to let us shine. We do it ourselves. Anyhow. Today, if you know a Virgo, you know, and if you are a Virgo, you know. But today we're coming in, like, we've had like some heavy, like, let's recap a little bit. We've had some like heavier topics. Definitely. I didn't feel like they were heavy, but I think we're so used to each other and like our conversations and just flowing and going.
We just let it all out.
We do, and I've really been happy with how it's been resonating with people and how like
Same.
A lot of people have been saying how they can relate to it, and also just that feeling of knowing like I'm not the only one that's been through this has been. It's a good thing to know that people feel the same way, and it's also not the greatest thing because that means a lot of the traumas we have, people similarly experience.
Yeah,
but it's beautiful to see that everyone's like open to it, and we're all open to learning and improving and doing better for ourselves. So the last few episodes have been really, really nice. And today we just wanted to come with a topic that we've talked about before, we live by, we kind of put it out into the air today, and we're going to talk about hair. So Conversations from the Soul is basically us talking about hair and the many aspects that come into play in our lives and what hair has become, what we want it to be, was everything. Because hair
the
is
journey.
If we can do a nice, pretty little timeline on our hair, and it's probably full of so many different things.
Exactly.
Probably take really long, but hair.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm excited. I will say specifically with me, like, hair is a big thing just because like hair has shaped my childhood. Hair has shaped my relationship with my family, specifically the woman in my family. Mm-hmm. Hair has shaped the different relationships that I've had with my friends and how that relationship has progressed and changed and skyrocketed in so many beautiful different ways, and the transitions with my friends. Like, hair just is so essential in so many different ways that like we probably don't even realize how essential it is. But if you don't mind, like, I'm gonna start it off.
Yes.
So I will say, I remember when I was little, and I didn't realize it until later on, my mother would sit me down in a sofa like this in the living room, like early before school would even start, and like she will sit herself down like this and like put me right here and take the comb and take the brushes and just be like,
no sound effects, no sound.
Nah, I was crying. I was crying, but I was that type of child that, like, I'm not gonna say it out loud that I'm crying, but like I'm in pain. And I definitely turned into the child that like was able to withstand a lot because my mother was yanking and pushing. But I will say, because my mother was yanking and pushing from a really, really early age, I want to say maybe 2 years old, like I was being sent to the salon, and the salon became a ritual. It became like drinking water. Like every other Friday or every Friday I was in the salon right after school, spent the whole evening just, waiting for someone to wash my hair, waiting for someone to do rollers, waiting for someone to get me out of the rollers, because I would spend, because my hair is so thick, you can't see it right now, but I was blessed with thick ass hair. And so like when I was put in the rollers, I would be put in there for 2+ hours, and then after I would be like in Spanish, like, lady, like I'm done, and someone would be like, put her in for 30 more minutes. I'm just like I would cry inside because it's just like I've already been in this heat on top of all of the else heat that's happening in the salon. Exactly, Daphne.
And then your ears be burning when you're on the
all the time. If you don't have the right like towel, your ass is.
If you don't have the right person that puts you in there, because the right person knows what to do with your ears.
Yes.
But you always get that one person that just be like shoves you in there, and it's just the whole time you're just like, my.
There's times that like
I would be like this.
Yes, I would have like the pins or the bobby pins, and the bobby pin would be like touching my ear. So when it would get hot, then it would like. I was done. I was crying. I was a little baby. I was sensitive. And like I would try to open up the flap of the rollers, and they would like come over anytime I would like close it up. I was just in tears.
And then when you're tiny, you're basically all up in there. You can barely breathe because like your whole body's fitting inside of it.
Basically, exactly. And then so I would spend the whole afternoon in the salon, so like 5+ hours in the salon every other week, and then every September, you would go to Walgreens. Go to the relaxer section.
What brand? Do you remember the brand?
I don't even remember, but it was like this little girl.
Yep. I wish I could remember the name
Seriously?
too, but I know what you're talking because I got it too.
Exactly. Every single time, like it was clockwork. Every single September, for the first day of school, I would have to bring my relaxer, go over there, and I hated it. I hated it so much because the thing is that like.
How old were you when you got your first relax?
I was too young. Because the thing is that, again, my hair was very nappy, was very thick, was very full, that, like, she couldn't every single day work with that hair. So the easiest hairstyle that I can get was straightening my hair so that she could just do, like, ponytails or something that would just be quick and dirty and, like, send me out to whatever it is I needed to do. But basically, relaxer every September. And when I tell you, like, I was a child that, like, I was obedient. I was really obedient. So when my like scalp was burning, I would be crying.
You wouldn't tell.
I wouldn't
you
tell.
Too? Okay.
I wouldn't tell.
Okay, because I was gonna tell that story about me too. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Like I wouldn't tell that like I'm burning, and I'm just like, please stop this. Please stop this. And I'm here like crying, and they're like, oh, you want me to wash your hair? But my hair would come out like, and the word would be like in Spanish, Asian hair, fine, because it like I would come out like this. Right. And thankfully in high school I was just like, peace, no more relaxer, fuck that shit, I'm done.
You stopped relaxing in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about?
So your youth was mostly having your hair relaxed and straightened for the most part until high school.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for me, it was a little different.
Oh.
My mom never knew how to do hair. I have two older sisters, but she didn't really raise them. Like, they were in CV and she was here. And she also grew up with a lot of sisters. So my assumption is she really never learned because she didn't have to, because she had people that did it.
Okay.
And they also relaxed their hair. But me, when I was younger, my hair was always just whatever. And then, like, I remember I started really getting my hair done in, like, braids and stuff when my cousin moved to the U.S. from Portugal. And she basically was always with us and then eventually lived with us. She would do my hair. Oh. And then from her, when my sister came, she would do my hair. So, like, whenever my hair was braided and stuff, especially in middle school, my hair was braided out. I had the cornrows in every design. My sister used to spell out my crush's name in my hair.
Seriously?
Yeah, we wouldn't make it too obvious because we didn't want him to know. But, like, we would do things like that.
That's crazy.
But, like, my hair would be braided and all like that. But before then, the first time my hair was relaxed, I was 8. I remember exactly when my mom decided. She had bought the box, whatever. My godmother, all these people were telling her not to do it. They were like, her hair is beautiful, don't do it. She's like, I don't know what to do with her hair. I don't have the patience to do this. I'm just going to relax it. And then she relaxed my hair. And And you know what? I loved it because my hair was longer. Your hair gets wet and then you like this and it's like, look, I always remember this from my childhood. Like, I'd get my hair washed or whatever, like in the bathtub, and I'd be like this, and you'd be like, look at how long it is with my head all the way back. And be like, look, it's all the way down here. And it's like, because my head is all the way back here. Yeah. But just remembering that, I loved it because that's all I knew. Didn't know I had curly hair or anything like that because before then, like, my hair would be a mess. I mean, I remember times that, like, I'd go out with my dad and he would basically, like, embarrass me because he used to be really frustrated that my hair wouldn't be done and, like, more annoyed with my mom. So, like, I remember one time when I was younger, we went to the mall and I didn't know what to do with my hair. He had just picked me up. I threw on a hat. He threw off that hat in that mall. I wanted to cry. I told him recently and he felt bad because he didn't realize what he was doing to me in the process of just being mad at my mom about it. But she didn't know how to do my hair. So did the relaxer for a while and then just have my hair out or braided. Yeah. And I think 6th grade is when I started to learn how to try to do my own hair. Because kids got really mean in 6th grade. Well, even when I was younger, kids were mean. Like, I remember I had Bantu knots in 1st grade. Ooh. And every knot had, like, a different elastic and different colors. And I remember the 2 white girls, they're both named Emily, were, like, laughing at me. I remember this in 1st grade, were laughing at me when they were, like, in the cubby thingy to hang. Yeah, and they were, like, looking at me, and I'm, like, I'm confused. And I was such... beautiful. But for me, it wasn't that I looked beautiful. It was different. So then when they were doing that, and I thought they were my friend, I was so stupid back then. I was when you're a kid and you just don't know your history and stuff like that. I knew I was black, but I was trying to be their friend, and they weren't worth it. So they were laughing. They were like, "Oh, it's cute though." Like those kind of like
remarks.
Yeah, and now that I'm older, I'm just like, "But your hair can't do this." That's why she was laughing because you confused. Like your hair can't do this. But back then, I felt away. My cousin would do my hair in so many different ways. Like she'd get really creative. That if I had that now, I'd rock the hell out of it. But when I was younger, I was embarrassed because when we were younger, it's that, like, you know what the mindset was. Straightened hair, relaxed hair. Yeah. So, yeah, when I was younger, I did go through a lot of embarrassment with my hair. I didn't have a habit of doing it. Started learning to do my hair in 6th grade, and it would just literally be, like, back in that time, people would, like, put their hair up in a bun and then baby hairs. Yeah. So, I had to learn because my first bun was horrible. Like this whole back part was puffy because I didn't, how we got layers, so I should be brushing down the layers. I just brushed down the top, gelled it as much as I could, and like it just wasn't working for me, but I did it until I learned. But in the mix of that, always having my hair braided and stuff, I could say when my hair was relaxed, I was the happiest. Probably the first time I had my hair straightened, I was probably around 8'2". I have pictures. I was posing up a storm. My dad bought me a whole outfit, took me to get my hair did. Hey. The first time I went to the salon, got my hair straightened. My mom took mad pictures because she was like, "Oh my God, look at you." I felt I felt gorgeous because like your hair is like to your back, and it was just so different for me. Yeah. But that's like my like youth, and then high school, my hair was just always in a bun. I think probably my senior year-ish, I started wearing my hair out. Yeah. But my hair was still getting relaxed constantly. So that's me when I was younger. I didn't have too much time in the salon. Did get my hair relaxed once in the salon. Did the same thing. Shit was burning. Didn't say nothing. And then the girl, when she came back to see my hair, I was already like scabbed. And she was just like, "Why wouldn't you say anything to me?" And I'm just looking at her like, I don't know, like,
I've never done this before.
I'm like mad shy. Like, I'm not gonna call you. You're over here chatting with your girls. Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Excuse me, my head's on fire." Yeah. Like, I should have been like that though. But I remember that, and just a few times being in the salon, always hated it. Hated being in the stupid dryer. Hated my ears always burning. Hated being there all day because they would work on like so many different people at the same time. And then when you're a little kid, they'd be like leaving you over there, especially when your mama steps out. And then they're helping, like they pay you no mind. And then my mom will show up all pissed off because I'm still there. I hated the salon. I hated it. And that's what you did it every week, every other week. I'm sorry.
Week, and it was just ridiculous. Like, it was ridiculous. But I'm glad that I stopped. Like, I will say, after high school, like during high school when I stopped relaxing, I still would go to the salon and I would still get my hair straightened, just because like we have just been programmed to believe that like straight hair is the beautiful hair. And specifically with me, like I was programmed to believe that in such a young age, just because my grandmother, if you ever see my grandmother, she is a beautiful, you know, light-skinned, blonde, seasoned woman that, like, if you see a gray hair, you know, the next day she's already tinting it up back to blonde to make sure that, like, you don't see that blonde hair. And she was very much like, you know, the beautiful hair, and as a hairstylist, because she, like, pay no mind, you know, her mindset when it came to hair, I did not enjoy. But, like, her as a woman, as an independent woman, was amazing, because she was the first woman to set up a salon in our village. And so she was the first, like, businesswoman to do that. She was the first to, like, leave within her family to go to Puerto Rico and New York to, like, start her own business. Like, she was an independent woman, getting her own, doing her thing. And she's been styling hair for a very long time. She does not do that anymore because she is a seasoned woman. But, like, from the beginning, her mindset was, you know, straight hair is beautiful hair. Straight hair is beautiful hair. Curly hair is not cute hair. It is not beautiful hair. It is not the way to go.
Yeah.
So, like, when I began to transition away from it, I would still go to the salon because, like, that mindset still lingered in me. And it wasn't until I got into college that I really was able to say, you know what, like, I'm going completely natural. Like, completely natural. And I will say, I love my grandma so much, and I know a lot of people have a lot of stories, but, like, once I transitioned out of straightening my hair, she started to notice. She's like, she's not straightening her hair, or she's not doing these things. And during that phase, there was a phase called keratina, and it was like this, like, new version of a relaxer that, like, played no games.
Yeah. It lasts a long time.
It lasts a long time. Your hair is straight as F, and it was just like, so I knew exactly what that meant. So, like, if you put keratina on, just know that, like, any type of curl pattern that you have,
it's gone. Keratin,
it's
gone.
It's gone. So I was like, Grandma, like, I'm not wearing that. Like, I'm not gonna try that on because I already know what that means. Like, I've been working a very long time. I've been working since high school to, like, bring these curls back to life. And even then, they weren't that beautiful.
Right.
Because I still didn't even understand the true, like, version of taking care of curls.
Yeah.
Like, I was just more of, like, I'm not doing relaxer anymore. Right. I wasn't even paying attention to what a curl pattern is, what porosity was, any of that. So she was just like, you know, Eerees, like, but this keratina that came out, like, it's different. I was just like, Grandma, are you sure? She's like, nah, it's gonna make your hair beautiful. Like, your curls are gonna be popping. It's gonna be amazing. Eerees, the young woman that believes anything that comes out of my grandmother's mouth, because she is a wise woman.
You almost called her.
Yeah. I did. A wise, seasoned woman. I was like, whatever comes out of your mouth, I will believe you. Knowing that the other things come out of her mouth. But, you know, so I was just like, I take your word for it. You're telling me that my hair is going to be beautiful. You're going to tell me that my curls are going to be popping. I'm going to believe you. And she even went as far as to say, I will pay for this. That's how much I want you to put this on.
Right.
So I was like, I bet. Grandma, you said it, I will do it. I go to the salon, get it done. I needed to get my hair straightened for it to work. So I was just like, okay, sure. So I get my hair straightened. It's beautiful. It's in the sense of, like, just luscious and nice. And I just couldn't wait to wash my hair. But obviously, because I spent so much money straightening it, I, like, let it be for a little while. So when I finally washed my hair, I'm, like, in the wash, like, you know, in the bathtub doing my thing, like, you know, getting excited because, like, I'm waiting for these curls. I'm waiting for this curl pattern to be popping. Daphne Daphne, I've never felt so betrayed in my life.
I'm so sorry.
I've never felt so betrayed in my life. I washed my hair and I came out, and the curl pattern that existed just was gone. So basically she lied to me and was like, this is not actually queratina. Like, I mean, this is not actually gonna curl your hair. This is just to make it straighter. And every single curl pattern that I had was gone. My hair was waves. It was literally just like, it was not cute at all. It was just like, I literally looked at my hair and I was just like, Grandma, you lied to me. Like, I honestly don't think I had that conversation with her to be like, what did you do? But I was devastated. I was so devastated. In that moment, I was just like, every deep conditioner, every like curl product, every single thing that I can do, I went on like a whole 3 month just like throwing everything and anything, not anything, but like everything that would bring back the life of my curls. Because the one thing that I was hearing often and often is, if you want your curl to come back to life, like chop your hair off.
Big chop.
The big chop. And I was just like, I love my long hair. Like, I love my long hair, and I honestly didn't need to chop it because all of the extenuous work that I was giving and putting into my hair, like, brought it back to life.
And keratin fades after a little while too. So
yeah.
It just, yeah. I'm sorry you went through that. But it's so different for me because you grew up with people that knew about hair.
That's not bad.
I guess it's a catch-22 in some ways. Like, you grew up with people who knew how to do hair and knew how to do hair, like, but also was so against the natural grain of your hair. And then for me, it's like growing up around someone that doesn't know hair and then having people come in and always braiding my hair. For me, honestly, no one around me had natural curls.
Really?
My sister would relax her hair, but her hair would be out would be like a wash and go. Okay. But it would always be relaxed. So like it wouldn't have that thickness. It wouldn't have that like the thick curl pattern. Like, it was more of a wavy. And then she would load it. She'd wet her hair every day and load it with the black gel. Black gel. And then her hair was always looking good because that's what we knew.
Okay.
But I never really did that. I didn't grow up with the habit of having someone do my hair early on, so I think that created that habit for me of not being one to always want to do my hair.
Yeah.
So high school, always gelled it, put it up in a bun. Occasionally, it was still being relaxed. So I finally stopped relaxing in 2011. But I had dyed my hair right after that blonde, and it was like the boxed hair dye.
Okay.
So my hair was honestly still freaking relaxed. The term natural and stuff like that wasn't out there, but my hair was always out at that point in college. Like, my hair was always out. I thought I had popping curls.
We all did.
I swear to you.
We really all did.
I'm gonna tell you, I thought I had hella curls.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I did. I believed it. I thought I was the popping one. Like, I was the one you come to because I had the curls.
Looking back to the pictures, you're just like...
Yo, I look back and I'm like, my hair is fried. My hair is fried. My ends are completely straight. Like, what was I thinking?
We weren't. Because the thing is that we didn't know.
We didn't know. And also, the people we were raised with didn't know either. Like, my mom had no clue about any of it, and I'd be trying to blame her and she tried to blame me, and I'm like, nah, but you relaxed my hair, it's not my fault. But like, she tried to blame me. Like, when I got older, I did a big chop, and I was like, I never knew this was my hair type. I never knew this was my hair type. And she was like, yeah, it's because you dyed your hair. And I was like, no.
Wait a second, don't just throw that in there.
This hair has been my hair since birth at that point until I big chopped. And I was like, you relaxed my hair at 8. Do not.
Don't play these
Don't even. I barely got trims. Like, my hair was literally... Anyway, it was just bad. But, hair for me has been interesting. And I can say one thing about us, in a sense, is our hair type. That playing into a little bit of colorism.
Okay.
Our hair type is a lot more rewarded and loved now.
Now.
But not just now, but still, like, I can remember in high school one time, a bunch of us were at a table, all of us had our hair straightened, and, like, guys would joke and be like, oh, everyone at this table has their hair relaxed, blah, 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 like, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when my hair would be out and about, or, like, the curls started coming in, people would love my hair, blah, 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 but we still have our 4C sisters that still struggled with people being like, your hair's nappy. I want to talk about the colorism. So I can say, growing up, Cape Verdean, they love to do this to little kids, like, from birth. Like, the baby comes out the cooch, and then they just be like, oh my god, her hair's fino, oh my god, se cabelo é beiju. So the two difference. Cabelo fino is fine hair, cabelo beiju is nappy hair. That's how they see it. And it's like the taboo of, you don't want cabelo beiju. So even though my hair was fino, I guess to an extent, because the curls, it wasn't fino, it was beiju. That's why my hair was relaxed. But it was always that stigma since I was young, and I still see it now.
Yeah.
I see it a lot with a lot of girls I'm around, and I've actually had some people, like, that are having kids now get really mad at, like, older Cape Verdeans, like, don't tell my child their hair is this or that, because you're really trying to say that, like, they're not pretty or they're not beautiful or their hair is less than because it's beiju. And it's just more like, no, their hair is more coarse, they have 4C hair, but their hair can do so much. And it's more of, you didn't know what to do with our hair, so you can't say anything, but, like, we're learning, and there's beauty in it. And I can tell you, the 4C sisters out here are rocking their froze, they're rocking their protective styles, they're rocking all these looks, and I just can say that there is some privilege on our end, especially I can speak to a privilege on my end, that, like, we got a different kind of love as we started pushing this natural hair, like, to the forefront, that our 4C sisters
didn't receive.
And still, even now, there's still some, you know, people always going to talk, and even now with everything that is going on, we're pushing and we're fighting, and it's just always keeping in the back of my mind that, like, as much as I fight for my curls to be popping, I fight for everyone's hair. And just knowing that when I grew up, just always having that stigma, and even now, it's still prevalent with Cape Verdeans. There's still a lot of them that relax like crazy. Grateful that in my family, like, the last couple of years, everyone's starting to, like, move to more natural. Like, my mom's natural now. She says she's not going to relax anymore. My aunt, like, last year, had her hair really natural, and, like, I didn't notice it until it had, like, it was like a slow transition for them, but when it happened, I literally was like, whoa, like, you guys are getting hip, and I never expected this in my life. Never. Like, it was just weird for me, and it made me really proud, because I'm like, I've been about this life. I had no clue at the beginning. I'm gonna tell you that I had no clue at the beginning with this hair. When I stopped relaxing and dyed it and had my hair out, I was washing my hair with any regular smegular shampoo.
Listen, that, like, Suave,
the green bottle, that was that. So the Suave green bottle was what was better for my hair at the time. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought. Like, this one right here is for the curls. Like, it's for my natural hair.
Girl.
Suave Naturals is whatever it's called. Just so growing into that, and, like, thinking that was it, and then, like, untangling still with a little comb, and, like, the things I used to do when I was natural at the beginning, I just had no clue. I didn't know. And it took me time. And even after I did a big chop, my hair still wasn't curling like I thought in my mind it was. I still didn't know, but it took years, and I've learned. And I'm going to tell you, the last 4 years or so, I've really gotten more of a grasp of it. Last time I straightened my hair was 2015, February 2015.
Oh, wow.
Last time, and my hair is always out. It's always a wash and go, because, again, I didn't grow up with the habit of wanting to get my hair done, so I'm just lazy. It's wash and go and we out. Like,
wait a second, wash and go isn't lazy though.
It's not lazy. You're right. It takes work, but it's different that, like, some people will do, like, some styles to get, like, different kind of curl patterns. I don't have, first of all, the patience. I don't have the patience, and it's like, it's an art, and these fingers don't do it. I don't know how people can do their hair sometimes in certain ways, and I just can't. So wash and go is my go-to. Last time I had a protective style, other than now, was almost 2 years ago. Right, and my friend did my passion twist.
Show it off.
And, you know, I've been feeling myself. I get a lot of compliments and stuff.
You really are looking gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that's like my hair story, and also I had to call out a little bit of colorism because I'm like, I feel like we struggled, but we did get it good.
We did.
Some guy I remember a few years back, he was like, if I can't run my hands through your hair is nappy. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, bro, but these curls, ain't nothing running through these curls. Because once they dry up, there is no fingers running through this hair.
At
so
all.
you can call them nappy if you want, even though they're not nappy. And that term is so stupid to me. But yeah, he tried to... But these men don't be knowing. And
it's okay. It's okay. It's not about them.
It's not about these men right now either. But just thinking about how people that... It's part of that mentality of hair.
Yeah. And
just like that Eurocentric ideal of how hair is supposed to be. And having straighter hair and the silkier hair is the more beautiful hair.
Yep.
It's frustrating then when you get like... It's already frustrating with women. But then you get people that have no clue and get haircuts every other week trying to tell you about your hair. And it's like, you don't even know the struggle. You don't know the tears. You don't know the burns. You don't know none of this stuff to get our hair. And then when I would get my hair straightened and relaxed, people would make fun of me because my hair was relaxed. Like, it could never be good for anybody. It could never be good for anybody.
At all. And the crazy thing that I would hear about, like, oh, you know, she's only doing natural because it's easier.
Let me tell you, life with a relaxer before was... I had a lot more time in my life to do other things.
It takes much more time to get your hair done while it's natural than for it to get your hair done when it's straightened. So, like, when I first heard that, like, I didn't realize it, but then once I started to go into that transition of, like, really taking care of my hair, really paying attention to, like, you know, Sundays is oil day, you know, like, weekdays, I need to know, and I need to, like, strategize. Okay, I'm going out on Wednesday, then I need to know when I need to wash my hair, or when I need to, like, get prepared, because the day, like, me washing my hair will depend on, like, what's going on in the week.
You plan out.
Listen. So it was just, like, a lot, but I will say, with my curl journey, I would have to thank my good friend Tiffany Pena from college. I met her in college, and it was, like, a group of us Dominican ladies that, like, came together. And it's crazy because, like, when it came to high school, middle school, and elementary school, I didn't really hang out with Dominicans at all. Like, if you know me, and if you know a little bit of my life, like, I always had different ethnicities of friend groups. And so once I got to college, it was all Dominicanas, and I would always see my friend Tiffany just, like, you know, using apple cider vinegar or drinking, like, different things, and, like, playing with her hair. And she was the first like, natural, all, you know, I'm working on my hair, I'm being intentional about what I'm doing with my hair, and I want this to be curl, and I'm paying attention to my curl pattern. And from there, like, I started, like, really paying attention to that, and then everybody else in my family started too. So, like, it would be funny because, like, I grew up with the Salon, so, like, all of my family friend groups would be the type that, like, oh, we meeting at the salon, or are we meeting after the salon sort of situation. And then as I started to pay attention to my curls and started paying attention to my curl pattern, I started to slowly notice that, like, my friends were coming into this, like, good side, and then, like, my family members started coming over, and, like, now my two, like, best girlfriends, Lily and Lydia, like, are just curly out, and, like, those two would be the type that, like, would be at the salon. If I was at the salon every other week, they would be at the salon every week. So it was just, like, now they're just, like, curled out, and, like, my mom is out here living her best life with her curls, and I'm just like, I love seeing all of this.
It is a beautiful thing to see, because it's just such a change of mindset that what wasn't it when we were younger at all. Like, it was so taboo that, like, seeing it now, you know, I know sometimes I'd be like, I've been about this life for a little bit, I'm happy you're here.
Yes,
I am happy you're here, though.
Basically,
it's At first, when people started getting hip to it, and then people just started making it seem like it was this like new thing, and it wouldn't last so long.
Yeah.
I always felt away because I'm like, I've been about this life, so you're not gonna tell me like this is just a phase for people, because like I've been doing it. So and once you get into this life, it's not cheap
at all.
It took me a while to even get these curls popping because the products are expensive, and
yes,
then once there started coming some products in like a lower range, I got hip to that wave. But the process of coming into my curls took a bit because I was a broke college kid, so I was still using these shampoos and stuff, wetting my hair every day.
Wetting your hair every day?
Yeah, I used to wet my hair every day. Now I couldn't even fathom. Now I wash my hair about once a week. If that, I'd be missing. Yeah. If I miss that week mark, I'm screwed because now I have to really think about like when to wash my hair.
Yeah.
Like a few weeks back, someone called me like last minute and say, "Hey, let's like hang out." Like right after I had just washed my hair, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like I don't want to be an asshole, but I just washed my hair. And this was a guy, so he was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Oh, see," I was just like, "I can't go, whatever." After the call, I was like, "Wait." He probably has no clue
what's going on,
what it means to wash your hair. Like, I look like a poodle right now. My hair is completely wet. I just put everything I need to put in it. I am not leaving this house until this hair dries the way it has to. And even then, it has to be dry enough. So, no, it needs to be all the way dry so I can pick it out because my hair is thin.
I see. She always has a pick in the bag.
Yeah, so like when I just wash my hair, I always have my pick because my hair is thin, and when it's out, sometimes it doesn't look like it. So when it's dried up, I need to pick it out because like, I have a round face. We can't. We gotta I cannot even imagine leaving the house with my hair wet.
The crazy part is that like I do that every time. Like, cause I don't know why, but
I hate air drying. Anyways,
I only do air dry. Like, I think I don't have the patience for diffuser.
No, the way the curls be looking, I diffuse.
Because I guess my thought process is like, you know what? Okay, I know that once I do a wash and go, it's gonna stay very close to my face, but I don't mind it because it's like a different style that I usually don't. Because once I do dry it and then it's the next day, the curls kind of like loosen up and then they also grow. So it's just like, okay, I have one style when I wash it, then the next style when I don't. I mean, when the next day. So it's like literally it's a different style every day that it stays.
I mean, you count the days. Day 1 here, day 2 here, but my day 1 here.
You're like,
no, like you will not see me wash my hair unless I have no choice. I am not, or summertime, like sometime like the sun is hot, it will dry up. But even just letting it dry on its own is not my thing. No. Again, this face is round and my hair is thin. The two just do not work out. So I need my hair dry. And if I have an event or something to go to, I properly time everything. And if there's a time, I will diffuse this when I got a place to be, because my curls are always so luscious after.
They really are. Like, I love the definition you have, and I feel like because you have 2 colors on your hair, the definition looks even better on you. And I'm just like, go ahead.
It's so funny because like I get compliments on my hair and I'm like, my hair is thin. Like, I wish it was thicker. And then I have people that have like thicker hair and it's like, no, I wish my hair was thin. And I was like, no, the things you can do with your thicker hair, I cannot do with mine.
Listen, it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
I know, because even when I do my hair, I be tired. Sometimes after you wash and then you detangle and like you mask and you know all these things, and it's
a whole day process.
It's hours. And again, if I got somewhere to go, I have to plan. And if like the event's today, I washed my hair yesterday because my hair is probably better off today. Day two, yeah. Yep. Day 1 hair is not my thing. Or then like if I miss kind of a time frame, it's like, well, this hair that I've had for a week and a half is gonna have to continue until the right day comes along, because I got places to be and we're just gonna have to make this work until wash day. But yeah, being natural has been great for me. I love it.
Me too.
I love it.
I started to go on this journey with my friends, and so we would like follow curly hair girls, and we would watch their videos and watch their like hair care routine and like, you know, play around with it. And one of my friends, Mistral, we would go on this whole like spree. Like I would go to her house and we would watch Sun Kiss Alba, if I'm not mistaken, and we would literally just sit in her bed and watch like video after video of just Sun Kiss Alba doing her hair and like learning the products and figuring out like what products will work well and all that jazz. And it was just like, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
In terms of me getting my hair like where it's at now, it's definitely due to these YouTube gurus.
Yes.
And specifically my favorite person that I just stopped watching everyone else and just watch her is Bianca Renee today. Her, like, it was so easy to understand, so easy to follow, that it just helped me so much, and I learned what I know from her so much. I would test her to get my hair looking right. Masking, she used to do like this mask challenge, like every week mask. Things that have changed my life that I didn't know and has made life easier. Wide tooth comb.
Yes.
Hashtag finger detangling. It wasn't even possible to tangle my fingers, but once you learn. But why can I detangle with my fingers? Because satin scarf when you sleep.
Or a satin pillow.
Or both. But not only that, putting your hair up when you sleep. Because when I was younger, ain't nobody put nothing in this hair. I used to go to bed. My hair would be out all day, go to bed with my hair, wake up in the morning in a mess, and every day I had to fix it. Not realizing the importance of it. You just put your hair up in a little pineapple in the morning. You just got to shake it out. That's why when I tell people now, I don't wash my hair, like, at all, like, or even wet it. It's once a week. Like, if that sometimes. They're like, so how do you fix your hair? Take off the pineapple, shake it out, and then maybe on the bottom, like, it might be a little bit, like, straightened out because it elastic. Spritz a little water, a little leave-in, and then we're back to work. Like,
scrunch. Yeah,
and then the rest of the top of my head is always fine. But that's a lifesaver. Wrapping my hair. I knew when I was younger, all these people wrap their hair. I didn't know why it was so important. Once I got hip, I realized. Wrapping your hair really makes such a difference. The longevity of your hair makes such a difference. The detangling's so different. Like, your hair is just so much happier. So yeah, the wide tooth comb, finger detangle. Now I use like that brush that, like, that brush that opens. Yeah, but I like it because it's easy to detangle, but it defines the curls. I like how it defines the curls.
Talking about defining the curls, I just recently bought pattern from Tracee Ellis Ross's comb. At first, I was not gonna buy it, and I was just like, I already got so many combs in my house, like, I don't need another one. But it was part of the package, so I was like, fuck it, we're doing it. Daphne, that is my favorite thing from everything that I've purchased from Tracee Ellis Ross's pattern collection, and I have all of it.
Yeah, you do.
I really do.
Did you get the new moisture, like the new
the new styling section? No, not yet. Not yet. My paycheck's not ready for that yet. But when I tell you, like, I purchased the whole collection of Tracee Ellis Ross's pattern, and the comb itself is my favorite product.
In terms of what I've been using now for products, I have been using, so Maui Moisture was it for me for a long time. But when you go natural and you're taking care of your hair, these products only work for so long. Your hair starts getting tired of them, starts not working the way you want, and all that money you just invested in these products are not working, so now you have to find another product. This is why all natural girls, we have so many products. It's not just because we choose to, but we also choose to, but we have to.
We have to.
Because our hair, we have to figure out where our hair likes, and then after a while, your hair doesn't like it anymore, so you have to find something new. So I was doing my own moisture for a long time. I did a big chop again last year just because I felt like cutting my hair. Dyed it blonde, but I went to someone that works with, I spent the money, so she knows. But she did a great job on my hair. My curls were popping, luscious, and they were blonde. And blonde is very known to ruin your hair.
Yeah.
But my hair after that was not feeling the Maui Moisture, so I transitioned back to Curls brand, the Blueberry Bliss collection.
Yeah.
That's my current until my next paycheck that comes this week. I'm going to buy the whole... I'm trying to decide between the moisture set or like the set for like hair growth from Curl Smith. I'm trying to get into that because I've only heard amazing things. Bianca Renee today just did her recently her like hair growth process. with using them, and I'm going for it. I'm gonna spend that $200.
Do it.
And $200 is not even a lot.
But that's the thing.
And it's like 10 products in it too.
Listen, like me going to Target to go get some hair products, I do not leave without spending less than $60 on hair products. Just on hair products.
Right. That reminds me, so the tweet you did mention, I do remember seeing that tweet with someone saying like, oh, people that have natural hair are just lazy. And then this guy replied back to it basically saying, no, like, do you know how much it costs?
A guy?
Yeah. The woman in his life, or someone in his life really taught him well.
Yep.
But basically it was like, do you know how much it costs? Not only do you know how much it costs, do you know how long it takes? Like, it's actually a lot more work. And I was like, yes, please check them, because it'd be stressful sometimes. And then when you watch it and it doesn't come out the way you want.
I hate that, because that's the thing, like, that's the crazy part about hair.
Maybe that one time that, like, your curls just don't know what to do this time. Like,
and you're going out.
Right.
So like, it's just like you need to, like curls, I need you to work because I'm going to dinner tonight and I'm gonna need to look good. And
you've been good all this time.
And then you got your hair done and it's just like,
but you did everything the same. And then now you're thinking back, like, what did I do different this time? I used probably an extra, like, ounce or whatever. Not even ounce, because it's probably a force.
Too much
an extra
conditioner.
dollop of leave-in conditioner that threw off everything and weighed down my hair. Or, see, it's the way I detangled my hair. I knew I should have finger detangled first, then use the comb. Like, things like that really piss me off, because I'm sitting there like, what did I do wrong this time? Like, I feel like everything was the same.
Yes. It just has a mind of its own.
It does. It does what it wants. That's why when you get a compliment on your hair, it's a big deal. Like, if someone says my hair looks good,
because you don't know if you actually feel like your hair looks good that day.
And because you'd be struggling out here.
Absolutely.
It's when I'm at work. I saw this meme that said, like, oh, every time, like, someone says you look good, that person always like, yeah, I washed my hair. And I'm like, that's me. Like, every time someone's like, wow, you look good today, your hair looks good, I was like, yeah, because I washed my hair. And they'll look at me like mad, People don't have curly hair.
So you don't wash your hair every day?
No, absolutely not. My hair could not do it. My hair could not do it.
I will say, knowing that my curl, like, I've gone in this journey, I've washed and blow dried my hair less and less. Like, I really, really try to do it less and less. And I had gotten a deeper curl cut in February. And I cut it really short because it was already short. So she was just like, we really can't
do much.
Like, we could only go shorter. And I was like, sure, let's do this. So I had this, like, really, really short bob on the back and then open in the front. And it's August? It's already August. So I asked my friend Ashley to straighten my hair because she is a hairstylist. And I was like, support local artists. Let's do this. She came, she straightened my hair. She straightened it differently, I will say, because since I'm so used to the salon and rollers and spending like 6+ hours in the salon, she came and she was just like, go wash your hair. And then she started blow drying. I don't usually do it that way. I usually do rollers and then blow dry, but it still looked nice. And I enjoyed my long hair. And as I was doing my hair, every single night, one of the things that, like, the rituals that we would do is, like, okay, a doobie, like, put this doobie up because, you want your hair to last long because you paid mad money for it. So, like, do a doobie so that it stays there so that the next day, like, it just comes back out like it was new. And then I came across Tiana Taylor's Gonna Love Me video, and she was out here rocking a doobie as, like, the actual hairstyle, and I was just like, girl, you making these doobies look beautiful, and you making these doobies look like you can go out and, like, live your best life with them.
I didn't know it was called that, by the way.
Yeah, and because the thing is, like, I know in the Dominican culture, well, for me, speaking for myself, in my time, anytime that you had a doobie on, you don't go out. You do not go out. Right. A doobie is only for the 4 walls of your bedroom. Like, you're not out here, like, trying to look cute, trying to like do your thing in a doobie. Like you just keep that in the room, and the minute that you're about to go out, you take that off real quick. If somebody's coming into the house and someone's visiting and you have a doobie on, you better take that shit off real quick. Like you better take it off real quick, because like it was very much like you just stay at home with that.
Yeah.
And so when I saw her rocking a doobie out like in the music video, I was just like, that's beautiful. Like, that's beautiful. Because, like, one, having curly hair is already, like, removing the norm of what beauty is. It's already removing the, like, you know...
Eurocentric, racist mentality that the straighter, the lighter, the better.
Basically. But then seeing Teyana Taylor wearing a doobie and being very much like, I'm beautiful and I am doing what I'm doing and I'm, you know, singing this music video and I'm rocking this as though like this is what I stepped out the house with. I was just like, you were just, go ahead, girl, go ahead.
I just love being black.
And so that's why I was inspired. And it's definitely not as beautiful as Teyana Taylor, but I still gave my little, you know, love and affection to my doobie hairstyle for today.
I just mentioned I love being black, because one thing I'll say is like the black culture and hip hop culture has put such a beautiful outlook on hair. I mean, our whole lives growing up, you've seen the different color wigs, you've seen all these styles. That wasn't mainstream for anybody. Like, this is black culture. They put it out there. They put it, they were made fun of it for it, whatever, but all the color wigs, all these different styles, all these different braids, like all of this is all to, I'm gonna give it to the black culture. Like, they own this, they've held this, it's theirs.
It is.
Yeah, you know, but other people try to say otherwise. It's like, no, like, these hairstyles, and especially now in like all these music videos, I also speak to like Beyonce's Black is King, and how she's, it's like her love letter to Africa. So like when you see it and you see all the hairstyles, first of all, I give it to her, because all these braids, I'm like, I don't know how long you have to get your hair did just to shoot this part of the video.
Yep.
Like, I already know it was long. You got the patience. The basically her trying to honor like the truest form of it is so beautiful, because I know how much work goes into it, and it's just beautiful. I mean, all the hairstyles in every scene just freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And I just noticed those things and realized that like I'm happy that like my nieces can grow up in a world seeing more to their hair than what we grew up seeing.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest thing for me. And we kind of have to wrap up the hair thing, because we've been on it forever and we can talk about this forever, and we might
really
have to talk
though.
about it again. But I'm just happy with my hair.
Same.
And I love it, and I love that my family's loving their hair. Like, my sister's hair is so different every other day, and I love it. And we can just do whatever we want and be the queens that we are, and kings. So it's not even fun. The kings out here with all their hairstyles going, like the locks, the braids, the waves, like all of it.
Wave checks.
I be getting seasick. But just the beauty of it all just makes me really happy that we're owning what's naturally ours, what is ours, what's been ours, and basically saying like what they've tried to brainwash us to believe is not gonna keep working, and we're gonna keep dismantling the stupid ass system that's been set up, and revisiting old styles from our history and bringing these new styles and just expressing and loving who we truly are. Yeah. Because it just grows out our hair that way, and now we just gotta cherish it.
Yeah. Live your best life.
Absolutely.
Naturally.
My hair be popping. That's why whenever the haters be talking, I was like, your hair cannot define gravity. See this? It's itching. Cannot define gravity like our hair, okay? And then when they be asking like, how your hair do that? Magic from me.
It's just natural.
It's just me. It's just natural. Sorry.
Aw. Well,
I know, it's sad to like stop talking about it, but we'll be here for like 5 hours if we don't. So.
I think for stepping into you, I don't think I was really paying attention to stepping into you, but like us being true to who our natural self is stepping into us. And so if anything, I would love to, through stepping into you, see your natural beauty, you know? Send us your natural beauty selfies, natural, you know, stepping into your own beauty pictures. We'll post one of ours for ourselves on our social media, and hopefully you'll join us.
So now I gotta look for a picture, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you have a
I post enough selfies, yeah.
Exactly. I know. But I'll keep it short and simple for stepping into you. Stepping into you is sending us a picture.
And also just, can I extend off of it a little bit?
Girl.
Just kind of saying what you do with your hair. And honestly, even if you're not natural, who cares? Do whatever the hell you want with your hair. Just love yourself in the process. As long as you're loving yourself and loving your hair, whatever you do with it is you, and own it. So tell us what you do with your hair. The curls, the wigs, the braids, whatever comes, whatever. I want to see it because I love it all. And working out of stepping into you, into fashion forward. So today I've been very like CV'd out, you know what I mean?
What does that mean?
Let me explain. I know, without like drooling or whatever. But so for fashion forward, first I'll just call out what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna start with the leggings. So I'm wearing the stack leggings from Bard Label by, I should have kept my sneakers on because then I'd be mad fly, you know what I mean?
What's
you know,
that?
The stack leggings. I say the leggings are stacked, but it be, girl, I'm not trying to have all my feet up. I'm like, girl, we
don't want to show all of it.
So the leggings are stacked, but they be having me stacked and looking great. They rub the curls the right way, but it's Bard Label, Barred, and it's by Jahida, and she's from Brockton. She's a Criolla, and I've known her since we were little kids, and I've just watched her grow up, and she's doing amazing, beautiful things, and I just love how her brand is evolving and growing, and she's getting so much love and support, and she's helping us rock beauty in our bodies and looking beautiful. And then from that, I'm wearing the Criolla, definition of a Criolla t-shirt from Millie Miller. I hope I said that right. And I've been saying it the same way for years, but like you can correct me. But they actually wrote the Cape Verdean dictionary, which I have to get. But I saw the t-shirts. I saw Julia posted, and I was like, hold up. And then you also sent me the link.
Yeah.
And I was like, copping right now. Because like, if you know me, you know I'm 5 things, and Criolla is definitely one of them, and I rep it with the life of me. So I feel CV'd out. And then also, we gotta mention our jewelry, as always. Beads by Troken. And if you're Criollo, you know Contadoju. Keeping the evil eyes away. But he like...
What's that?
What?
What is
Contadoju?
Yeah.
So growing up, we wear Contadoju, basically saying like it keeps the evil eyes away. So we wear it as a protection from bad energy, bad people, bad eyes, which is what we call it. So since I was little, we would have it. Or like if we're going through times that we feel like a lot of people are like being negative towards us, we would wear it. And they say if it breaks, that means like something like bad that was gonna happen broke. But it's a lot of like beliefs and superstition going into it. But Contadoju is basically like a protection from the evil eye. So I really appreciate him, you know, putting these together, and he mentioned it from the beginning, especially me being Criolla, how big it is for us in our community. So I mean, you guys check him out. Check Beads by Troken out. We're always wearing his jewelry every week, but you know, but look at this though. It is cute, like these are not cute. But yeah, I felt very, you know, Black-owned business, like, and this is how we want to be, and that's what we want to support. They're all local, and I love it. And it's just an expression of like how beautiful our people have always been and are.
Who did your hair?
Who did my hair? I don't know if she wants me to say her name. Like, I want to ask first, but her name's Ruthie. She's my friend. I love her. And she just, honestly, she does her hair for, like, all her loved ones, her friends.
Okay.
And she likes to say that she's not professional, but she's mad good at it. So, like, she needs to own it. But she did my hair on Friday, and it was a great time. And it was really fun. And I'm going to keep going to her, and we're going to keep practicing all these different looks. And I'm really excited. She did a great job, didn't she?
Yeah.
And that's my homegirl, Ruthie. She like one of my besties. But yeah, that's fashion forward with me. I had more, but like honestly, highlighting the local brands and artists around us, the Black-owned businesses around us is really big and very much one of our intentions, especially speaking on identity and who we are. So, like, this look right here is like, I mean, my hair was done by a Criollo. Like, come on. It would have honestly been done by a Criollo. My hair's always been done by, like, a Criollo, so. But regardless, supporting it all. I'm happy.
Nice. I like it. Fashion forward is local and
Black-owned, stylish. I mean, you see it. And we'll tag it in the videos. But that's fashion forward for today. And then going into resonating with She. What's resonating with you?
What's resonating with me? What is resonating with me? I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll go.
You go first while I think about it.
So I wrote down a few things because, you know, I've been in this whole mindset of being Criollo'd out. I mean, again. But I have 2 songs that I've been playing a lot lately, and they are Zouk songs, Kizomba songs. I don't know what they call it anymore. I feel like it's always changing, and I just don't want to be wrong. But, anywho, resonating with me is Georgie's new song. If you're Criollo and even beyond that, you know about Georgie. He's big. He's an amazing artist. His music.
I love him.
So he has a new song called Tempo Sabe that just came out, and that song is so good, and it makes you want to dance on somebody. It's really basically about like grabbing somebody and dancing with them.
I haven't heard it
and
yet.
then just it came out recently. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. You're gonna hear it. But that song, you just want to grab somebody and just
dance.
Yes. So being in quarantine, you, I guess, practice your dancing skills or whatever, so the day you can actually be out there dancing, you know, out there. But that song has been it for me. And then So Love by Irina Baruch. Like, my sister played that for my other sister's birthday. Like, she put up a picture collage and that song was playing. I was like, wait, what? I looked at that song. It's actually really, really good. I love her voice, and she seems newer, so I'm really vibing with the song she has out. But I've been having me in my feels, you know, in my romantic bag or whatever, because thugs out here still want to be loved. But yeah, that's what's been resonating with me, is just really getting into my CV music bag. And every time I get in those moods, I can listen to it all day again. Yeah. I was raised in this and I love it. So that's what's been resonating with me.
I think I got something. Which I don't understand why I would have forgotten it, because hello. But I think what's resonating with me is pouring into my own damn cup.
Can you say it again?
Pouring into my cup. This cup right here that belongs to me.
It's a big cup too.
A big cup.
Okay, explain.
So, I have been really looking at my life. I have been looking at all the energy that I give out and all of the things that I pour out into. And I am realizing, and I think we spoke about this before, of like, I need to do a better job of pouring into my cup before I pour into anybody else, putting my mask on before helping anybody else, and making myself less accessible. And I'm not saying it in a way that, like, I'm trying to be... You don't
even have to explain yourself, but sure.
Yes. Like, I guess because I still am not 100% there yet, so I still feel like I need to clarify or justify to myself that, like, this choice that I'm making is not a bad choice, is not a selfish choice, it's actually good for me.
Absolutely.
And I think I'm not there completely yet, so I feel like I need to justify it. And I will say, like, I am learning and I'm trying my best and my hardest, and like all my friends know because they're out here like, please Iris, please, that like I need to make myself less accessible. I need to stop saying yes to everything, and I need to just stop giving myself to so much, knowing that like just because you are giving out doesn't mean that you're going to be reciprocated. And I need to really honor and treasure my energy. And so, like, what I've been resonating is, like, pouring into here.
I love it. It's beautiful to see, and I've told you before, sometimes I'd be like, girl, I don't know how you're doing it, how you're in another project, how you're doing another this, and it's just like, I'm good with being on my own, and I'm just happy that you are working on pouring into your own.
Yeah.
I fully support it.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you, and I've been seeing the acts of pouring into your own cup, and it's been beautiful to see, and the savagery that you're learning too. I am just so proud. I can't say that I'm teaching you anything, but I hope you've learned a little something. I want to take some credit, but also you have been teaching me. I thought I was a savage, but sometimes be the ones you never know. You just don't know, and then it be happening just like, oh, okay, I didn't know you lived that life, for sure. I love to see it.
I'm pouring into my cup.
Pour into your cup.
And trying to not feel guilty about it. So.
And you gotta love yourself first and do for yourself first, because, you know, there are a lot of energy vultures out here, and you just really need to take care of your own and learn to really do for you. And a lot of times we're so accustomed to thinking that we have to do so much all the time.
Yeah.
And thinking that it's so selfish to, like, just be like, no.
Yeah.
But the people that can just say no, I'm in awe of.
I love seeing someone being so just like, no. I'm just like...
How do you teach me your ways?
It's like that SpongeBob, like... like, what?
Like they do that?
I want to get there. I will get there.
Absolutely. And as we get older and more mature and learning and meeting people and unmeeting people, we are going to learn and do the best we can for ourselves. That is the goal, and that's always should be the goal. Do better for ourselves to do better for everyone else after. But still fill our own cups first.
Yeah.
But that's been a great episode. I wish we could talk all day about hair, and I could. I probably have so many horror stories I haven't even remembered and will remember, and
we'll do
beautiful stories.
Eventually.
Yes, we will. But this was so nice.
Yeah. It felt good. I really enjoyed it.
And a lot of similarities, a lot of differences, but ultimately the end goal is loving who we are, loving everyone else for being themselves, and just not being a hater out here.
Don't be a hater.
Just don't be a hater.
Don't be a hater. But with this beautiful segment ending, I definitely will say I did not practice this one drop.
I'll say it.
And perfect. You know, we always end this by saying that we created this space to make space for us, and we say that by saying he can listen, they can listen, but she is speaking.
And I am Daphne Emily.
And I'm Eerees Cyrus.
We are Soulful She, and we might be one drop in the ocean, but we just might be that last sip to quench your thirst.
And again,
and as we fill our own cups, we take our own sips.